Me and 7 other friends, so a total group of 8, mostly students from Ottawa U or various environmental backgrounds and also artists. We've decided it was now or never in our lives. We've been toying with this idea and we decided we wanted to cross Canada by canoe. So this is what we're doing. As of Saturday, we're embarking on a 7,000 kilometer canoe journey. We're leaving from Ottawa at Westboro Beach right here, and we're gonna paddle as far as we can get before the ice freezes over and blocks our passage. We'll on a trip like this, you're very vulnerable to the weather and stuff like that. So, you know, chance will guide us through the journey, and hopefully we can make it on time. But we met through various backgrounds. Some of us went to high school together. Some of us went to university together. Some of us worked at camps together. They were in bands together, and we are all sort of gravitated in the last 2-3 years. And on the corner of dream and ambition, we've been toying with this idea for a while now. Crossing Canada, you know, it kind of really goes back to our roots, back to the days of the fur trade. So it's a very kind of romantic idea of exploration that has been seducing everyone within our group for a long time now. And we're kind of at a crossroads in our lives where we realized that it was now or never. So we decided to go ahead with the project. Last September is when we really hopped on board and started the full organization, full tilt. We're, for the most part, very experienced. We worked at camps and stuff where we facilitated canoe expeditions for adolescents in you know, the backcountry, so 2-3 week trips. Also, some of us are from out west where we have a lot of experience with mountaineering. So not everyone has full-on canoe experience, but everyone is very at ease in an outdoor setting. Very good background in first aid and rescuing and stuff like that.
My name is CanEAUda.
Ellery McKnight.
Dalal Hannah.
I'm looking forward to being in a canoe and paddling. It's been such a long time of preparation for everyone, and so I think that's what I'm most looking forward to, is that just being able to paddle and be on the water and be in nature where I love to be.
I'm super looking forward to hanging out with these beautiful people and talking about things other than planning. Just chatting about life and other cool stuff, because we haven't even had the time to sit down and casually talk for a long time. So
not that we'll have so much time to do that either.
I'm really looking forward to exploring new Canadian landscapes. So it's something Canada's a huge country, so we come from here, but how much do we actually know about our country? How much have we seen? And there's so much cool wildlife along the way that I'm looking forward to learning more about and seeing and exploring.
For me, especially the part, the Great Lakes, I'm super excited about this portion of our trip. Yeah.
A few concerns along the way. I think for myself, one of the concerns is we will be paddling through some pretty polluted waters, such as, I guess, once we get to Fort McMurray after that, the waters will be pretty polluted due to the oil sands, and I'm a little bit concerned about the water quality there for sure, for our health and safety. That's one of the concerns.
So you're all just very good friends, basically.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So if you weren't going off canoeing, you'd be spending time together anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably canoeing, just not as long.
My main connection is we are fellow voyageurs. I have myself have paddled across the country, 8,000 kilometers from the Gulf of St. Lawrence to Inuvik. Did that about 4 or 5 years ago, and I've been providing these folks with some advice and support, and I'm pretty confident they're going to make it. Not a huge amount of paddling experience. I believe one member of the group has whitewater credentials, and The others have done some paddling, but not a great amount. It's not really necessary. You need some basic skills. What you need, obviously, is a lot of perseverance, physical fitness. They do have athletic backgrounds. They're all in good shape. They understand fully what's involved here, and I think that they have the skills and experience that's necessary, and they'll gain a great deal of experience.
I understand you helped them map out their route. Is that based on your own experiences?
Yes, they had a good idea of the route to take. It's the traditional fur trade route of the voyageurs and the so-called explorers of the 16th, 17th century. It's all still there. The portages are still there. There's a few hydro dams in the way, but other than that, it's about 99% water. It does seem overwhelming whenever you contemplate the whole of something big. It does seem like things could go wrong. It's very physically demanding. It does seem overwhelming. However, when you do it one day at a time, that's all you have to do is get in your canoe and paddle all day, eat, sleep, do it again and again and again.
What are the biggest challenges you see them facing as they head out?
Initially, for the first month, I think will be physical challenge. If they're trying to put in full days, we're coming off the winter. They haven't had a chance to go out and paddle, even though they've been exercising. It will be difficult to adapt their backs and their shoulders and necks and hands to the fact that they're going to be holding a paddle and paddling for 10, 12 hours a day. So that will be difficult. In the longer term, I think there will be a number of rapids. Fortunately, in a way, they're going upstream on some of the major rivers, and so they will have to wade and portage around those rapids. They won't be tempted into doing something silly going downstream.
Can you tell me briefly what their route is?
Yeah, starting here in Ottawa, they'll be going up the Ottawa River to Mattawa, and hanging a left at Mattawa, going up the Mattawa River, across Lake Nipissing, down the French to Georgian Bay and to Sault Ste. Marie, and then across the north shore of Lake Superior. Very pretty, but everybody's usually pretty intimidated about Lake Superior. It can be extremely rough. However, it can also be extremely calm. You just have to take your time and give what the lake gives you. Take what the lake gives you. And then there's a series of small rivers and lakes out of Lake Superior after they do the 14-kilometer Grand Portage. And that takes them to Rainy Lake, down Rainy River to Lake of the Woods, and then to the Winnipeg River to Lake Winnipeg. And then from Lake Winnipeg, you go up the Saskatchewan River and take a right at Cumberland House, which was the first inland post established by the Hudson Bay Company back in the, that would have been very early 1700s, I think, about there. And then one of their big challenges will be going upstream on the Sturgeon Weir River. And I say it's challenging because it's almost a constant flow of small rapids, no portages, so they'll have to wade in the river for the better part of 2 to 3 days. And once they're up there, they'll be going up to the Churchill River. Again, that will be upstream for 500 kilometers plus, and that will take them to the Arctic watershed. And there's a 20-kilometer portage, the Methi Portage, which is in very good condition.
What's it called?
Methi.
How do you spell that?
M-E-T-H-Y-E. It's named after a small fish native to the area. And that takes them into the Clearwater River. Now they're in the Arctic watershed, and it's 2,800 kilometers downstream all the way to Inuvik. And very few portages. There's one extremely hazardous section on the Slave River, which my advice is to get a ride around it. It's Class 5, Class 6, which essentially means waterfalls, and extremely hazardous. Has names like Rapid of the Drowned, so you get the idea that it's not to be toyed with. And so other than that, it's just a lot of slogging, possibly into north winds and rain.
It's David here from The Citizen again. I just saw this picture of the dog. Are you guys taking the dog?
Yeah, no, the dog wasn't there today because he's a country dog, and our apartment is completely swamped with food and people running everywhere. So,
but you're
in a very dog environment right now.
But you're taking the dog on the trip.
Yeah, he's definitely coming on the trip.
Oh yeah, whose dog is it?
It's my dog. Yeah.
Okay, and how old is the dog?
4 years old.
Oh yeah. Okay.
In his prime.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. So he's part lab, eh?
husky lab, and he's seen his fair share of pretty much any creature you can get in the backwoods.
Oh, yeah.
Grizzlies, but he's seen all the rest.
So what do you think the advantage will be of having the dog?
I think one of the biggest things is probably morale.
Okay.
Having a dog who's always got his tail wagging regardless of the temperature
Yeah.
is a great asset. And also in terms of wildlife and stuff, you get a lot of warning.
Yeah.
The dog, like, they have a much more astute sense of smell and hearing, so they'll see things coming way before we do.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's interesting.
Which is great because we're going to be in the heart of bear country for a long part of the itinerary.
Yeah, and he'll certainly start barking. It's a male dog, is it?
Yeah.
And it's Yebo.
Yebo, yeah.
Yebo. Okay. All right, that's all I need. Thanks.